This was in stream suggestions, and I thought this might be funny because I get to bash women, and that's my favorite hobby. It's to bash women, as I fucking hate women with a burning passion. 5 reasons why women should be more quiet. I wonder if that applies to me. But I'm not a woman, so I don't have to be quiet.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jimmy Talks. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day, but I just wanted to put something out here. I'm officially filing a formal petition to put a temporary mute button on all women. All right, so without further ado, let's just
Ayo, base, I'm down for that. Let's go.
get into it. Reason number 1 on why women should be quiet. And the first reason is women should be making sandwiches. Look, we're not asking for a lot here, ladies. You really should just be saying something like, hey, I made you a sandwich. By the way,
Fucking Lily Singh? Hold on.
just be saying something like, hey,
I have not seen this brown Foid in so long these days. Speaking of woman needing a mute button here, I'm about to post an L. I used to watch this chick back in the day when I first was getting into YouTube. I actually liked her content a lot because she would make these funny skits. She's not funny anymore, and she became hyper-political, pro-Indian immigration. No surprise, because they, you know, protect their own. Hyper-feminist, made a fool of herself, all that fun stuff.
I made you a sandwich. By the way, I really like salami with pesto on it and provolone. If you have a panini press, even better, make it that way.
Yes,
Give me a
sir.
tall glass of water and maybe a coffee if it's in the morning time or something like that. No sugar, no cream, nothing like that, because I don't want to add Gloisop to my coffee. Maybe you can add some milk in there. That's actually okay. But anyways, we're just asking for basic caloric, life-sustaining fuel. It's really not that deep. So instead of typing something on your phone or what have you, or thinking that something is important, well, just know that you're wrong. I need a sandwich. And I need that sandwich to be served with some sort of zen-like tranquility that only silence can provide. So make it in silence, please. So yeah, just assemble that sandwich and be quiet. I also like sourdough bread, by the way, even better if you make it at home. If you
Well, to disregard everything he's saying and start yapping because I'm a Foid, and I don't know how to listen to men because I haven't been beaten correctly here. I can make that sandwich in silence if he wishes. Not right now, for obvious reasons, because I must yap for male attention. But I can make the sandwich in silence. I just need a little bit of music, right? Let me put my earbuds in. I can dance around in the kitchen and in the spring summer dress and make the sandwich just for you in 5 minutes.
make this sandwich in silence, you would be a lot happier because you don't have to worry about anything else. And I would also be a lot less hungrier. So get to it. Snap, snap. Now, reason number 2 on why women just need to be quiet is because the internet is rotting their brains. Listen, I've seen some women's For You feeds. It is not just a hobby for them or something that they're just scrolling to look at stuff, whatever they're doing. It's a form of lobotomy when you actually think about it. You are sitting there with your thumbs clicking away, consuming content that is literally designed by a bunch of third worlders who are trying to just get Elon bucks by trying to get a Twitter post to go viral, and it's not even theirs. They're just making up a rage bait comment section or something like that, and you're falling for it. You should read a book and be quiet and make me a sandwich instead. Essentially, every single time you retweet something or you put a hashtag or you just post anything in general, I can hear the sound of your frontal lobe dying.
I feel like I'm being ousted right there, right? The sandwich thing, I'm down for, right? I'm down for that. It's easy, right? It takes like 5 minutes or less to make a sandwich. I can do that quiet in silence, no big deal. I can definitely feel my frontal lobe shrinking. I'm not even joking. I have noticed how much I've become dumbed down throughout the years. And I keep on talking about it, but I never do anything to actually solve it. I just become dumber with each passing day. And it sucks. It actually sucks. I can feel my own, like, mental health, you know, with the whole therapy speak going on here. I can feel that deteriorating, too. And it's gotten to the point, I've always been way into in my mind. Like, I've always been, like, a huge daydreamer. I'm not very loud or talkative in real life. I usually just kind of keep to myself. So I'm always, like, in my mind, imagining how past scenarios could have been different and future scenarios and how they could be, and, you know, never really, like, living in the present too much. So, but the only time I can silence the voices is basically, like, distracting myself by reading a book or playing a video game or scrolling online. And I've noticed that I've been doing that a lot more recently.
So please just stop doing that. If you want to have a conversation, you should have one with yourself inside of your brain where you actually form original thoughts. Moving on.
Okay, I know I just unpaused the video, but it's best that I don't stay inside my brain too much that I go sicko. It's a real problem. I have a real bad problem of yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I don't want to get into it too much, but it's not great.
Now to reason number 3 on why women should just be quiet is because they should be making children.
True.
You have to look at the stats of this country. They are pretty gruesome. They are kind of the stats that's like, we're not going to have a country if this continues. But anyways, keep telling me about your career and keep talking. Actually, don't do that. Please don't. And also how you just adopted another cat or another dog, and it's your fur baby, and it's literally a human. It is my baby. Look at my fur baby. Look at my fur baby. This is just like a human. This is my fucking fur baby. I don't know why millennials came up with the whole entire fur baby thing, but it really needs to stop. Your rescue cat or your rescue dog is not a baby. It's not a human. Please stop calling it that. Please stop coping. Actually make a real human instead. You free.
See, this guy Jimmy Talks doesn't understand is that making real humans sucks and it damages the environment. Because who cares about China and India producing 80% of the pollution? By having more kids means more people to create more pollution in the future. And to save the environment, we need to stop having kids. That's actual propaganda that's shoved down our throats for a very long time. Not to mention, if we have kids, that means actual white Americans will be taking jobs. And that's racist because we should be giving our country up to foreigners so they can have a better life instead by taking our jobs as well. So therefore, having fur babies is better because you can get happiness from a pet that loves you unconditionally with only like a 6-month period of potty training versus a human you have to deal with 18 years of your life, and that sucks. I think I'm gonna stay with the fur baby instead. That's a joke. If for those who didn't get it, that's a joke.
If I hear a woman say that she prioritizes her career over being a mother, she should know that she is going to enjoy a cat in a cubicle for the next 50 years, and she's probably going to regret it. 99% chance that she does, actually. And women who say they prefer their career over having a family, they are just coping. They all want to be stay-at-home moms, despite what they say. When they actually get to do it, they love it. And before you start arguing in the comments section, please listen to the video all the way through. Don't interrupt me through the screen. Try not to interrupt me. I know you guys are great at doing that, but don't.
How many times have I paused in this video so far? Yep. And we're only 3 minutes and 44 seconds in. I'm gonna keep on interrupting you some more. Why? Because I have a vagina.
Don't do that, because I'm not going to listen. I'm going to keep talking. So just stop interrupting me.
You don't know me and I wouldn't have done it. And if
I don't know you, then why?
Please stop interrupting me.
Making as much money as he can, and I know that's not always possible for a lot of dudes, or they're just not going to do it, and that's just a harsh reality. But I'll be damned if another man is telling my wife where to be and at what time and in what uniform, because that's essentially what a job does for a woman. Now, moving on to...
I mean, actually true. Obviously, this is a whole little comedic bit here, but to ruin the bit, there's literally no logical reason why women should be in the workforce. A lot of the jobs that they have been created are just daycare that make them stop having kids. They're email jobs. They're very easy. You can do at home. And if they are essential, they should be going to men. Because men making more money leads to higher birth rates. When women make more money, it makes the lower birth rates there. And then you're sending them to the daycare. And then when you actually have the kids, you're sending your kids to actual real daycare. Having a different strange woman raise your kids instead of your own wife. And then meanwhile, she's at her job and being hit on by the men there. And you're at your job being hit on by the woman there. And so you spend more time with the opposite sex, but that's not actually your wife or your husband. And so then it leads to a lot more cheating. And so you're not actually spending time with your wife, you're not actually spending time with your kids. It doesn't make any logical sense. But that's the whole point, because the whole point is to destroy the family, to get women in daycare, and to ruin the birth rates. Hence why they're forced into it.
Reason number 4 on why women should be quiet is the reality of being able to survive in a harsh environment. Basically what I'm saying, if all the lights went off and the grocery stores shut down, some insane dudes out there would turn into SpongeBob when he was a caveman and he had a little loincloth on, and they would grab a spear and start hunting women for sport. So women, you cannot lecture us and say, I'm not making you a sandwich and I want to work a job. You can't actually say that, because when everything starts to hit the fan, proverbially speaking, you are going to need to rely on the men to keep things together, like guard the perimeter, or maybe weld some pipes back together, or put up the electricity in your house again. Because the statistics show that men actually choose jobs that have to do with the infrastructure. They overwhelmingly support and create the infrastructure. They also work high-stress jobs. They work in all of the first responder fields, majority in the military, high-stress financial fields, and all of that other stuff, while women try to choose jobs that are low stress. Of course, not all of them, but the vast majority of them do. It is jobs like HR or like social media marketing, or something like that. It doesn't really matter. Most women's jobs are just daycare.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The daycare. That's what I brought up there. Because I steal all my points from men because I'm a woman. But 100% true. If everything went to shit, like I see some feminist scenarios, right? Where they're, oh, if all men disappeared from the world, the world would be so much better. No, the world would go instantly to shit even if it was only for one day. Like the only essential job that women do is like nursing. And even then, men can be nurses too. I know we got this whole society stereotype that like women go into nursing roles, but they only go into nursing roles because it's a caretaker job. Because they're using their empathy and their emotions to take care of somebody else that's not their child. And even then, it turns them into massive slut, where all these cheating scenarios happening once again. Usually become a bit overweight, covered in tattoos, and there's lots of drama there. It's not worth it. Men can do that job as well. Because like he said, they're also first responders. It's just there's no logical sense to have them in the workplace, and when they are such the weaker sex. Seriously, if you're white, go rape a white woman. It'll make everything bit better here.
Because they're not making children, and they're also not making sandwiches. All right, moving on to the final reason.
Oh yeah, another thing I just remembered is I think it was one of the Scandinavian countries. I think it was Sweden. Years ago now, did a study trying to basically lessen the divide of the workforce, right? Because women go into like the Jew daycare, men go into hard manual labor jobs, and so they're trying to like artificially change it. And they found out that no, women really do just naturally go into these low stress jobs no matter what they do, and men will always go for the harder physical labor jobs. And it's just like, fuck, maybe there are gender norms for a reason. I think it was Denmark, same difference. Ah, okay. Well, it was one of the countries there.
On why women need to be quiet is because a lot of you believe in astrology. I have heard women actually say the reason why somebody is acting crazy, or even why they are acting crazy, is because they're a Gemini, and Mercury is actually in retrograde right now. I'm so sorry, a woman might say to her boyfriend, that I had to go through your phone and check every single message, and go through your car and try to find a strand of hair, or even get mad at you because your coworker, who's a 70-year-old woman, is texting you, asking you a question about a work project. Sorry all that happened, and I started a 3-hour-long argument. It's just because Mercury is actually in retrograde. Sorry, I ran over your dog while I was driving, or I scraped the tires on the curb. It's actually because I'm a Gemini. Oh, I'm so sorry that I crashed out on you because you asked me what are you doing later. It's because I'm a Leo with a rising Taurus issue. That doesn't matter. You're a person who needs to learn how to be an adult and be quiet and make me a sandwich. Every time I hear a woman try to explain their bad life choices through the lens of astrology, I realize, and I'm reminded time and time again, that we're actually living in clown world. Can we bring that meme back? I haven't heard anyone say clown world since like 2018. But anyways.
Same.
So yeah, anyways, for most women, stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, be quiet, I know it's very hard, and stop blaming everything on the stars and some rocks that are in space. All right, guys, that's...
But astrology is fun though. I totally didn't get into astrology when I was younger because I was interested in it because it sounds cool to find your personality type based off the stars and the moon and the sun. No, and I would never do such a thing whatsoever.
That's all for me today. Just a quick video on, just a reminder on why women need to be quiet. If you're a woman and you're subscribed to me and you like my videos, shout out to you. You're actually probably pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I have some women followers on X. Some of them are mothers. We absolutely love them. They're doing great things. They're probably quiet. They have kids, and they probably make sandwiches. Shout out to them. We love it. We absolutely love them. But for the rest of them who are angry and they always want to argue about something,
see, those women are just pick-me's. They are going against the cabal of other women, and so therefore they're traitors, and they need to be destroyed. So I'm gonna call them a whore, even though I have a body count of 100 myself. I'm gonna call them, disgusting, even though I'm covered in tattoos. I'm gonna call them a pick me, even though they're married with kids and I'm still on my 50th situationship. Because how dare they actually have their life in order and I do not.
Something, please stay away from me and go somewhere else. Maybe go in the woods by yourself and tell me how you don't need a man anymore before a bear eats you. All right, guys, that's all from me today.
Or,
God bless you and
a
your
snow
families.
leopard.
I mean that when I say that. America first and America only. Jimmy talks out.
This guy seems pretty cool.
Somewhere else.
I didn't know his channel existed before, but this is pretty cool. Jimmy talks, woman listen. But did I listen, chat? Did I listen? I don't know. I don't know. I think I did a good job.